In our top story, Pakistani airstrikes have targeted multiple suspected hideouts of the Pakistani Taliban in neighboring Afghanistan. A Taliban government spokesperson has said that 46 people have been killed in the action. The strikes were carried out on the Barmal district of Paktika province, bordering Pakistan. And to discuss more on the story, we are now being joined by Adnan Qaiser, a political commentator and foreign affairs expert from Islamabad. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, and good afternoon to all your viewers.
Good afternoon. I'd like to begin by asking you, the strikes comes just hours after Pakistan's special representative for Afghanistan traveled to Kabul. He met with Afghanistan's acting interior minister and, of course, the foreign minister as well, signifying probably a resumption of diplomatic talks. How do you assess the timing of these talks, and what kind of influence would that be on the diplomatic ties?
Well, Pakistan has been taking piecemeal actions with regards to controlling the menace of terrorism that comes from TTP as well as in Balochistan. So the problem is this, that, Pakistan's Taliban policy has been flawed. So it could not effectively control the Taliban and to impress them or to convince them to eliminate the TTP, which are carrying out terrorist attacks from the Afghan soil. So this is just one of these strikes. First of all, I do not know if the confirmation of these strikes, because neither the ISPR, the media wing of the army, nor the government of Pakistan has acknowledged these strikes. So we are carrying out this analysis on a hypothetical assumption that the strikes did take place. But at the same time, they will not have any meaningful effect on neither on the Taliban-Pakistan relations, nor any or disturbing the or affecting the status quo, because Pakistan lacks political will as well as the military will, as well as does not have the economic wherewithal to carry out a substantive action against these TTP hideouts. And it does not want to antagonize the Taliban as well, because every other day when Pakistan exerts pressure on the Taliban say that they are going to join the India. So Taliban have further been very much bolstered, because, in the great power competition, Russia and China have started to fraternize with the Taliban. So that again undermines Pakistan's position. So Pakistan has carried out an overture, diplomatic overture, as well as a kinetic action. But I do not know. I do not think it will have any significant consequence.
Right. And with that being said, that you mentioned these attacks as well, so does this attack suggest that the Taliban is unwilling perhaps or unable to respond to Pakistan's concerns?
Oh, they have always been unwilling. They consider that the TTP are integral part of the Taliban because of the similar ideology. So, Al-Qaeda, Daesh, whatever this Khorasan, Islamic State Khorasan, they all have an identical ideology. The problem in Pakistan is that Pakistan has two minds. The sizable population of Pakistan still considers the TTP as their wayward brothers. So that is the problem. So that is why Pakistan could not take any concerted effort or an action to eliminate the TTP. So because Pakistan internally, has been sliding down the path of religious extremism at a very, very fast pace. So there are voices inside Khyber Pakhtunkhwa as well as in the main Pakistan that these are our brothers and our sons, so they should not be taken to task. So that is the problem. If Pakistan stays on two minds, it would not be able to effectively eradicate terrorism from its soil.
Right. And now the Taliban ministry, of course, we know that this is through reports that Taliban Ministry of Defense has vowed to retaliate following the airstrike. In your view, how do you think Taliban is likely to retaliate or respond to this, and how will that further escalate or de-escalate? How would the situation look like afterwards?
So first of all, please understand that Taliban does not have the wherewithal to take on the might of Pakistan army. So this is one. Pakistan's army in size is said to be the sixth largest in the world in size with a nuclear overhang. So Taliban do not pose any kind of a threat from conventional warfare point of view. But at the same time, from the sub-conventional point of view or the terrorist activities point of view, they still can have a sizable effect because there are a number of refugees here, there is a porous borders, and Taliban can harm Pakistan's interest where it is going to cause pain. So, Pakistan's, as I said earlier, Pakistan's policy has been flawed. Pakistan does not know how to handle Taliban. Pakistan has failed in convincing Taliban to control these TTP elements, as well as Pakistan could not convince its own people to understand, to accept the fact that the TTP are terrorists and they are not those people who are asking for Sharia-based government in Pakistan. They are denying the constitution of Pakistan or the democratic values in the country. So as we proceed, this is going to die down here, as it has happened in the past as well. There had been bombing activities in the past as well, in Kandahar in the past as well. So this will continue. But again, I do not think Taliban will take the issue to the United Nations or to escalate it further, as Pakistan has very sensibly sent Ambassador Mohammad Sadiq to meet with the Interior Minister Sirajuddin Haqqani, as well as Mr. Muttaqi, the Foreign Affairs Minister, to subside the effect of these airstrikes.
Right. So, of course, we will, be looking forward to how this whole situation does pan out. But thank you so much, Mr. Adnan Qaiser, for joining us and giving your perspective.
Thank you very much for having me. My pleasure.